Now let's get our A-list celebrity, all right? We are going to go to our casting office, all right? And we are going to find... probably an actor would be best here, right? People under control. Ooh, hey, I like this. I don't remember that being a thing in there. That's nice. So actors. We want people who are free. Here we go. And this is what we're looking for here. Promising talents, okay? We want this. This person here is a true artist, right? Master of outstanding skill. She's very well acclaimed with the critics. That's what this symbol is. Artistic. The critics like them. These guys are popular with the populace, okay? And those two things don't necessarily clash. Your really big booming blockbusters that make millions of dollars don't necessarily have an incredibly artistic flair to them. Vice versa, you can have an incredibly artistic film with immaculate writing, but it just, the topic or the way they present it, it just doesn't have mass appeal. There's two conflicting ideas sometimes. These guys can have traits for both of those things, but in general, you're going to find them for one or the other. So if I hire Billy, rising star, the audience is adoring him, all right? Maybe the critics aren't that hot with him, but the audiences love him. Maybe he's got that really charming smile and the ladies go gaga for it. Doesn't necessarily act very well, but he's darn cute, right? That kind of thing. I'm going to go with, and also, because it's the 1920s and 30s, right? Women are going to be naturally cheaper to hire than men. Naturally. You're almost always going to find women, even with really high professionalism, you're generally going to see them as a cheaper price than equivalent men. In this case, she's like way up to true artist. He's just now rising star, 6.1, 7.9, but she's way cheaper, right? That's just something that happens. Okay. She's also arrogant. He's a misogynist though, so I mean, whatever, you know. Let's see. She's cheerful, team player, promising talent. I like her, but man, she's all up into thrillers. She's been doing a lot of thrillers lately. Comedy, romance, damsel in distress, and a whole lot of working man stuff, but no longer affects the number of views of similar established story element. Oh, I see. So she has established story elements. What does that mean? These are things that they have established themselves in. They are very well known for this genre or this kind of role. And because they've gained their popularity from that role, I can put them in that role as many times as I want. It doesn't matter. The audience will never get tired of them playing that role. So I can put her in any drama I want, and she'll be fine. I can make her the working man character, main character in that role, and people will love her for that. That's something that we can do for her too. Having her be able to be in any drama sounds actually pretty interesting. Let's hire her. And I mean, I can get her for a long time for not that much money. 3 years for $99K. Let's start by getting her just for movies for now. So I'm going to hire her for 2 movies. Let's do a 2-movie contract for $41K at the moment. And we'll see how that works for me. I can also offer her health and medical insurance now that I have the services department up. That's worth a weight of 40. So I can pay her a little less if I do that. I'm not going to bother with that for now. The actor is just going to be for movies. So let's go and do it that way. All right. For another actor, let's get... he's a perfectionist. Let's get Fred Russell. These guys are around the area of my film's quality anyway. So I kind of want to get people who are right around that area where my movies are. Get them on my good side. Increase their professionalism. Increase their experience along with my studio. And I can save some money and have some good roles too. So how about I get this guy for 3 movies for $38K. I'm kind of going shopping for people right now. And we're hiring them for films, not years. So I can take my time and choose the right role for them later on. I don't need to do it right away, right? If I hire them for time, then it's like I got to shove them in as many movies as possible to make it worth it. Why don't we get Opal over here too? She's got that rising star thing going on. No, she's got the promising talent. We'll get 2 movies with her. It's fine. 43. And then that should be good for now. We can come back to Billy Nash a little bit, maybe. But that gets me my star for that party. Okay. So Opal actually attended the party for us, and she was great. Maybe now our competitors will stop looking down on us. Yeah. We got better reputation for that. All his defeats. It's not that great of a script, man. It's not a good movie. It needs to be better than this. We're not good. I'm gonna shelve this. In fact, I'm actually gonna just junk it. It's fine. I'm gonna junk that one. They still get the level up. They still get the experience. Everything is good for that, except I don't have to invest in it. And that's key because in the beginning of the game, remember, we have, at least I still think we do anyway. I didn't go through the introduction, but I assume it's still the same. We have 2 movies that are prepaid for. So we're going to get free marketing for 2 movies. We want to make sure those are really good movies. Douglas McDaniel. You know Bobby Martin, right? Huh. Yeah, he's a real peacock. Smug with a big mouth. The public adores him. And he adores the public. And heroin. I happened to be at a party in Malibu the other day. Purely by coincidence, of course. I turn around and see Bobby just finished 3 ampules. Then he starts complaining how rarely he gets to relax like this because no one really understands or appreciates him. I started thinking, why don't we just come out and offer him some of his damn heroin? I mean, as a friendly gesture. We'd show him how we understand that everyone, especially in this crazy industry, has the right to their own particular needs. And we don't judge anyone. We're just making movies. Bobby is in the last year of his contract with Evergreen, and there's rumor that he's going to renew. But I bet that if we showed him some special attention, Bobby would bear that in mind. So, we can maybe give it a try, offer him some drugs, and he might come over and spend some time with us later. Or we can say we don't care how popular or talented he is, and we can stay at Evergreen Movies until he retires. I mean, he's a smug, he's got a big mouth. I don't know if there's any consequences to this. Let's find out. We'll try to give it to him. So in an investigation published by the Los Angeles Tribune, journalist Ed Miller, this is the one that Jane, guided him around our studio, right? He delves into the connection between bootleggers and Hollywood. According to Miller, some film studios launder alcohol money through their cinema chains. The writer doesn't provide any hard facts and instead makes do with implications and circumstantial evidence. The only studio, in Miller's opinion, that is definitely not involved in such schemes is Pryor Media. This young and ambitious company is clearly above such activities. I just gave this guy heroin. Their goal, he wrote, is to elevate American culture and earn money through honest work. Well, that helps our reputation a bit. Now there's HR executive Doris Sanders says in order to unlock illegal gifts, you'll first need to get the head of the services department on board. He'll probably agree for a modest bonus, provided, of course, that he likes our studio. That means high loyalty. You can enter negotiations with the manager from the department upgrade screen. If all goes well, you'll gain access to the special upgrade tree, which is currently locked. Yeah, so if I go to services and I go over to this, you'll notice that we have illegal gifts, and there's several other trees in this game's tech trees and such that are also blue and locked. And they require the head of that department to be on board with it. All right, so let's take a look really quick at Alfred Schmidt. He has pretty high loyalty, and he's got a pretty good amount of happiness. But I bet I could get him even more happy and even more loyal in 33 days when I start being able to give people watches. Yeah, give him a gift and then say, hey, by the way, can we do illegal things? And he might be more on board with that. We'll see. Now, Furry Paws, a film we put into production and started actually spending money on producing. It got way better. It's a 3.9 out of 6 now. Now up to 3.7 out of 6 on the artistic score. That's nice. Everybody's getting experience. And all of these people that I put in there, the technology that I used, everything just helped the film get a little bit higher than what it was before. So that's great. We'll go ahead and start production on that. We're going to... We can't offer any services, so I can't offer catering or whatever on the set. I don't have that ability to do that yet. I can't do second unit stuff. We'll talk about that later, but it's basically just an ancillary... Not even the right word. I'm freaking tired now. It's just like a secondary unit. It's literally a second unit. It goes out, it films certain shots. This is really helpful if you need B-roll. For those of you not in the industry, sorry. B-roll is sort of like your cutaway shots. They're the panning shot in front of a diner right before they cut to this part where they're inside the diner, right? Or the driving scene where you see a whole bunch of cars driving, but you don't see any of the actors. Those types of shots can be shot by a second unit to speed up everything. You don't need people on board. Your primary unit takes care of the people, the shots that really matter, and the second unit can handle other things. We can do crucial scenes only if we are like really in a time crunch, but that's going to degrade the quality of the film. Same thing with minimal takes. Sometimes the take's not right, but hey, we don't have enough time. We got to move on. Downgrades the quality of the film. So I can't do any of those things. I also can't adjust the schedule because I don't have any of those things yet. But one thing I can do is provide security. Adding security to this film could help us in situations where random events take over, like this guy's dog ran away, or there's a protester outside, whatever, with signs and he's throwing tomatoes at our people or whatever. Having security on board, you can solve those problems and have it not disrupt production all that much. So we're going to put at least the security guy in on there. Speaking of security guys, this guy's got 34 days until it comes down. Hopefully he helps with that. All right, Lydia is back. About time, Lydia Globe. It's about time. She's a 3.5. She comes in with 3.5. She's not very happy, even though I gave her 3 extra months. But whatever. Let's check out ideas really quick here. Yes, we can have the screenwriter work on new story elements. I totally forgot we had that, yes. Okay, I did forget we had that. So we have comedy, in American Town with a clumsy oaf. That seems pretty good. Bernard will hit that. An adventure movie about a cop in American Town. That seems pretty good. Walter can take that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have Cornelius Hill. He's only a 1.7. He's not great. So what we're going to have him do instead is he's going to look for other story elements. He's going to take 95 days and he's going to have a 17% chance of success at that. That's not great. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of that. Let's find another writer. We have 4.2. Hey, you know what? Eric Filikas, you're actually quite expensive. I think not on that. Joe Graves. These guys are just bad. These guys are just not great. I need more. I need more writers. I need better writers. How about this $200 Clifford Barnett? I'm going to have you write some stuff. Clifford, here you go. Clifford's going to write this thriller. Even though it's not really his thing, he's going to write that thriller. All right. It's going to get you better at your job. And since I have nothing for you to do, I guess we'll take the 17% chance and we'll try to find a story element with you. All right. So the $1 million loan upgrade is done. So let's go back into our upgrades here. The financial department, at least we have the ability to take out a loan, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and get $500 of cash per month. Going to go ahead and get that started. Because that's just free money every single month. Sounds like a good thing. And marketing and outreach is now done, which is going to be really helpful once we no longer have everything given to us. Okay, now I can go dirty tricks, but I think Thomas is probably not going to discuss that with me just yet now. But the big one that was a huge deal before is theater management. And man, do I want to accelerate this. I think I need to get somebody different for this department. I know I was going cheap initially, but I think I'm getting somebody different here. I didn't put him in here, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's like I didn't replace him. I saw he was dirt cheap and I left him there. But I think now that research is done, I need to swap him out for somebody else. I'm going to put Ulrich in here. He's actually just about the same cost. He's 431 instead of 315, but he has the ability to accelerate my research, and that is definitely something I want. So theater management, definitely something I want, and I'm actually going to use the remainder of my influence pretty much to accelerate that by just, yeah, it's only giving me an extra 20 days. That's not worth it. We're going to go 100 grand though. We're definitely going to get that in a year. 360 days for that research. We'll get that in a year. And then we'll be able to buy our own theaters and stuff, and that's going to be really great. Okay, so then we're going to take our marketing department. Let's put that, like, maybe pop it right there, and we'll have marketing done in a month. Okay, what will we be marketing? Well, as soon as these films finish shooting, right? Defensive operations is also complete. We're going to have lots of different research completing kind of all around the same time here. So we can go enhanced protection. Will protect employees from beatings, kidnappings, and murder 25% more effectively. That's pretty good. Or secret keepers. If successful, an agent will reduce the risk of a secret leaking by 2 levels instead of 1. That's pretty big. I don't know how many secrets we're going to have. That's pretty big. And I can also take 500 days to do agent training if I want to as well. I think because enhanced protection is so fast, we're going to grab it. Because it's only 30 days. Not a big deal. So in general with this game, what you want to do is have a constant flow of content, okay? We don't need to make 2 films at once necessarily, but we want to be making one in this stage, one in this stage, one in this stage, once released. And then we just kind of keep it flowing like an assembly line, okay? And so we need to start pre-production on something here. Defensive operations is a separate building. Interesting. Protect employees from threats, kidnappings, yeah, etc. Okay, so it's a separate building. I don't remember that being a separate building before, but now that it is, we're going to place it right about... Ooh, come on now. There we go. Just go green for me. As far up here as you can. Looks like that's about all I can get is right there. So we're going to place it right there. 42 days is fine. We need to start another project. So let's go ahead and do that. Ideas are being written, right? Synopses. We got 9 days left in the first of many. That's the one we created. We got a dangerous height. It's not a bad script. Let's start it up. So it's not really the best script for Harry. I could give it to Homer. Not the best thing for Homer either. I'd rather have my custom script made by Homer. So let's hire somebody else that's a bit around the 3 area. Let's see if we can get somebody that's around the 3. 5.9, 4.1. You know what? He's pretty cheap. Yeah. Melancholic. Easily damaged. He's a hard time dealing with criticism and failure. He's great on location, though. That's good. This guy here, another Homer. He's actually really good inside sound stages. And he's cast. Okay, so I don't think that'll be a problem for this. We're going to hire you. And I think I'm going to go with like a two movie deal or something. Let's just get you in here so we can make that happen. Okay, so we're going to have you do this film in a sound stage because you're really good at those. We're going to select sound stages for everything here. Go ahead and continue that. Same technology. And, you know, let's bump it up a little bit. We'll give you a few extras. I think that's probably fine. Decent producer ranking for this type of film. That's good. Anthony can take the director side. The cop. All right, so I've been a sheriff before. And I've been a bandit. This is an adventure film. This is crazy. It's just comedy, thriller, detective, action movie. You know what? I might end up, I might be the angry boss. What am I? 35 years old. Okay. I think. See, the problem is, again, the game's going to warn me if I put Gabriel in the spot that the older guys are not necessarily as fitting for this, is what the game's going to warn me. I'll just get that warning right out of the way. We could put Fred there and then have the angry boss be somebody else, and then I can play the bandit. I played a bandit in the past. That's pretty good. I think I can handle that. The angry boss will be Gabriel, and then Fred Russell takes the cop. I like that. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. So we get another project going. We got one in each stage, right? That's what we're looking for. Just keep the ball rolling. Lots and lots of scripts coming in. Just pick one. Silver Moon Cronus Watch is now done. We're going to go straight for the cigars, I think. They're both the same amount of time. Now, we also have special events, which I don't believe was a thing before. This is unlocked now. We couldn't do these before. This was just locked in the previous version of the game, I believe. Cars and drivers there. Illegal gifts is something we have to get to. He's not quite ready for that yet. He's about to be, though. Let's go ahead and get the whiskey. And I don't need it faster. Let's get the whiskey. But we do need to buy the watches. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go to gifts. And we're going to buy... These watches are $1,000 a piece. We're going to buy 8 of them. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get them in stock. But once we do... Ooh, unsuccessful operation. That secret is not going down quicker. Okay, continue. Still a chance we get exposed. No good. We now have access to 6 story elements. It's very good. I am very tempted to go after a 7th. It takes 70 days for that. It's not bad. I want to have a new story element every 6 months by default, which is pretty good. We could do that. Could also get it by category, which would allow me to start looking at specific types of story elements. And I'm leaning to I want to get different themes and events, for example. Maybe it's something that you guys get when you're playing this game. I don't know. But in my last playthrough, I did not get any new locations, any new types of themes to go with it. I had to specifically designate that as something I wanted to look at last time. So maybe. Story ideas last 6 months. Writers get 15% faster. That could help. That could help considerably. And then freelancers are good, but while we still have low... freelancers are pretty good, though. Let's get one more story element. And then I might go after the freelancers after that. Freelancers are pretty good. Okay, so the natural decay hit... The agent was unsuccessful, but remember, there's still risk decreases in a set interval anyway. So he wasn't able to reduce it himself, but this one ticked anyway. So if he's successful in his next attempt, then this will come down, and then the natural one will take it all the way down. I think that's what we're hoping for anyway. Okay, got a new script. This is the first of many. Ranks of 5.2 out of 6. Go figure, because I know what I'm doing. Not really artistic, but I get it. It's fine. You can judge me. But you can see that the script's ratings are even higher than the writer's score because of how well the story elements fit together. That's my fault. Okay, I take credit for that. Action and monsters go together. Action and adventure are great complementing genres. Tropical island with dangerous or with daring adventurers, right? An adventure movie where there's treasure at the end. Those things flow really well. So we could definitely start this project too. Now, I'm probably going to have to hire better actors, hire new people, but I've got Homer Warren here, which is going to tip that up over the scale and make sure that we pin this as a 6 movie, which is going to ultimately a 6 script. Sorry, we want to get this to a 7 movie. Soundstage, we can't do that. We're going to go on location for everything. This is a bit more expensive, but we don't have sound stages available, so everything's on location for this one. Filming technology is good. We're going to give you everything we got. And for the producer, I need to hire basically everybody for this one. So we're going to go with, I think Ricardo Wagner can help us with this. And this is a producer. I like keeping producers around for time. I don't know why, I just do. Because eventually I can get 2 per project, right? But I think for now, actually, let's just go cheap. I don't know what we're going to run into in the future here. Let's go cheap. We'll go 2 movies with you. 2 movies is fine for now. Ricardo. And, yeah, let's pop you in there. And then for the director, I want somebody that's around a 6. Harley Osborn seems pretty good. Paul Tanner could be good. This guy's really cheap, though. We're going to take him. And he's cheap enough where I might just go and get him for years. He's $33,000 for 3 years. I think I might go grab him. He's around the right professionalism where my scripts are going to be for a while, too. So I like this. I'll sign him for 3 years instead. And we'll get him in on this movie. The Daring Adventurer, all actors, I hire them for basis of movies. But I want to get somebody like this, I think. He's a good daring adventurer. He's done that before. I like this guy. Definitely for a single movie. I'm going to offer you a little bit of medical insurance. Now, you'll see this bar right here. We haven't offered this kind of stuff yet, so I just wanted to explain it. So gifts, services, and special bonuses can cover up to 25% of the request. So if this needle moves into the red, then you can't do it. You can't give it to him. I could have given him a watch that's only worth 10, though. It's these things, in my experience anyway, like watches and whiskey, they're better used outside of the contract system. And you'll see why. Okay, so we're going to say maybe even 2 movies. I could go 2 movies with you. I'm pretty sure I'll use it. Let's go 2 movies with you. Okay, so we have that actor. Who else do we need here? We need a sidekick. Somebody to be your side. You better not overdo it. You should shoot the same actor in the same roles and genres too often. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, look. This is an action adventure. He hasn't been. Oh, he's been in an action movie. Fine. And he's been a daring adventure before. Fine. That's it. That's like 1 out of the last 5. He's fine. Okay. We want to go and get a sidekick for you. Who's going to be your sidekick? Somebody that's not going to bring the movie down a whole lot. Probably Edgar. Edgar Lamb. You want to be a sidekick for our star? I'm going to hire you for... Wow, you're cheap. Okay, 12 movies, 12,000 it is. I'll get you for 3 movies on this. That's fine. Sidekick is there. Okay. And then the evil monster. Who's going to be our antagonist? And I think probably short pick. Like we got a little... We don't have a lot of options for that right now. So we're just going to pick... I'm just going to pick somebody that we got, all right? And I think he's real cheap, right? So I can get him for 3 years, probably 2. 3.9 is right around. Let's get him for movies. It's fine. Movies is good. 3 movies. Okay. So we've got our talent all selected for this film as well and sealed. Now, hopefully, we get, production's going to start on that, and that's on location. So we don't need to use the 2 sound stages. That's why we have 2 sound stages, but we need 3 to do that, right? To have all 3 of them. So that film's going purely on location. Sometimes accidents happen during the production of a film. You can intervene and try to solve the problem, or you can just ignore it, although that's unlikely to help the film. All right, let's take a look. So this is that situation I was talking about before, where it's possible somebody's dog or whatever, like there's an event happening, and if you have security, you can take care of it, potentially easier without having to pay for anything. Let's take a look at the options. So Furry Paws is currently 29 days into shooting, and it is on schedule. So at the moment, there have been no delays. However, Russell Simmons brings a noisy dog to the shoot. The animal won't stop barking for a minute. Unless it's whining or howling morning to night, most of the crew is praying the dog will die. Okay. We can either keep shooting through it, crew happiness goes down, but Russell Simmons his happiness is going to go up. His happiness is currently at 49. We can forbid the actor from taking his dog to the shoot. All the crew gets happy, but his loyalty and his happiness will decrease. That will reduce his performance. And we're only halfway done with shooting here. We can find someone to walk the dog away from the set. This is going to make him happy. The crew's happiness goes up and his loyalty will go up. Or I can solve the problem with my security officer, which is wring the cur's neck. His happiness and loyalty will be absolutely decimated to 0 if I have my security officer kill the dog. So let's not do that. Let's just pay $500 and have somebody walk the dog and keep the dog away from the set. That's going to make him happier. It's going to make everybody else happier. Some situations, the security is a great thing. And in that situation, not so much. So, yeah. How many watches do we currently have? We ordered 8. I thought we got these on a little bits at a time. But apparently it's like all or nothing there. So, okay. The whole order's coming at the same time. All right. Head of the script department, Rodney Keller, saying, have you heard of Wandering Malcolm? Now, we like Wandering Malcolm. Wandering Malcolm is awesome, all right? Rotten Fates, fantastic script. Sorry to spoil it for you. We've seen this already. Have you heard of Wandering Malcolm? God knows what his real name is. Everyone just calls him Wandering Malcolm. For 4 years straight, he's been knocking on the door of every film studio he can find. A script under his arm. He's an odd one. Sometimes real noisy. Sometimes even a little scary. Sometimes he calms down and gets all sad and sits smoking by the side of the road. He's refusing to submit his script for consideration or even share the synopsis. Says he's afraid somebody will steal his brilliant ideas. He'll only agree to sell it for $1,000 cash, money in advance. This morning, he literally jumped on top of my car when I arrived at work. I even managed to get a look at the title page of his script, Rotten Fates. While the madman was scrambling around on my windshield, I was about to call security, but then I thought, you know what the hell, man? Maybe today we'll take a risk. He can't write any worse than our regular studio parasites. So we're going to give him $1,000 of our cash to take the script. And it's Rotten Fates. It's pinned at 6. Ooh, that's interesting. So it's not this huge miraculous thing anymore. We actually are pinned at our normal stuff. That sucks. If I shelve it, does it improve over time? I don't know why that's pinned. Normally last time this script was like an 8 and a 9. But we're going to shelve it for now. But I guess they've changed the balance. All right, that's fine. We'll play it. Play it as it lies. All right, so script should improve. Very good. Yes, indeed. A little bit better than it was before. And we can shoot ourselves to production now as it's going to reach, hopefully, get up there to its potential. There's only like 5 elements to this, or under 5 elements to this, so there's not a lot going on there. But all right, so we got 2 films currently in production, one in the second half, one in the first half. One is in pre-production, about to start production. We're going to need to get going on another one to start pre-production now. Enhanced protection is done, so now all of our agents will be more effective at doing what they do. That's nice. I think I might go Secret Keepers, man. Sounds nice. I might get more secrets. Do some things. I don't know. The agent training just seems good too. I mean, if they're just smarter, more agile, more dangerous, just everybody, like, this just makes them better at, I hope anyway, taking down secrets maybe, right? If he's smarter, he might be able to get rid of the secrets faster. Yeah, I don't know. Efficient training, accelerated training. I would like to get to the offensive stuff too. Compromising information, trying to find things on people, doing some spy work and everything. I'd like to get to that. And if I'm going to do that stuff, having better agents seems like a good thing. So, get more experience for repelling an attack. That's going to take a while too. That takes a long time. Okay, we're gonna do this. Oh, I spent $100,000 on it. Well, too late. I wasn't actually planning to do that in the end, but I already had it in there, so it worked and did that. All right, marketing and outreach department is done. That's good for us because it means we can market our own films, but I think, like I said, I think we have 2 films that are prepaid, unless it doesn't work that way anymore. All right, the first of many. Let's see how pre-production did on our custom film. We're up to 6.6 out of 7. This film's going to work really well. We're going to want to have our prepaid marketing into our work for our best films, because our best films, like, that's where the biggest part of it is. So we're going to get these films done. They're going to sit there and wait for distribution until after the first 2 marketing things are done, essentially, is how I'm looking to do this. Hang on a second. I want to make sure I've got security on that. That means I need another one. Give me another guard. Fine, I'll get you. Come here. I want you on the set here, please. Thank you much. And go. Okie dokie. Russell Simmons has a new scandal. Oh, boy. Russell Simmons mixed up his lovers and in one of his letters accidentally called his fluffy squirrel his honey bee. The fluffy squirrel got so angry that she took a stack of the actor's letters to the LA Tribune. Oh, good. Thanks, Russell. That's not going to be good for us in our movie. Now we have another thing happening too. Now, so far, Dangerous Height is on schedule, but One of the extras took the script from the set. The director found out about this and demanded a rewrite of the film's ending so it will stay a surprise until the movie's released. If we do what the director says, the filming would just stop for 7 days. I think that'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. I don't want his loyalty to drop anymore. I think they'll be fine. Let's just do what the director says. I think it's interesting that we can rewrite that, even though I don't have rolling edits. I just think that's funny. Because you need rolling edits to make script changes, and I don't have that yet, but yet that event allows me to do it anyway. I just think that's funny. Defensive operations is done. Protect employees from threats, beatings, kidnappings, or murder, or worse. Worse than murder? Yeah. Manuel Munoz. I don't know. It's an N-O-Z. Interesting. Munoz. Remember, some of our competitors have no qualms about moral boundaries. If you let your guard down, then one of our bright talents might already be standing at gunpoint. Take a look at the security department. Now we can assign security to our employees. Yes, indeed, we can. I'm not going to, but we can, yes. All right, so you see this one's paused, and now it's going to start back up again pretty soon here. Yeah, it should have already did. The icon didn't change, but it is still rolling now. It's just a little behind schedule. Yeah, you can see it's a little lagging behind it because of that thing. So that's okay, but you really want to avoid this because time is money, and you're spending extra money on a film if it's taking longer. Because you're paying people by the day, you know? Wow. Furry Paws got worse. Wonder why that was. Let's take a look at experience gained, fine, but why did it get worse? The happiness of the cast and crew because of the dog? It's probably because of the dog. All right, we're going to send this to post-production. Get the same editors as before, okay. Honestly, let's give Emma a different film. We'll put you on that one, put Lee Woods on this one. We'll go medium. Me here, sound recording. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like it's already kind of shit, isn't it? The movie's already kind of bad, but spending an extra $4,000 on it, maybe that gets me more money. I don't know. $25,000 and 26 days later, we'll have Furry Paws. All right. Fine. Furry Paws can be done. I think it's interesting how Furry Paws, you know, the dog was on set for Furry Paws. I just think that's funny. All right. So ideas, I got a comedy and I got a drama. I have an action writer that's sitting there doing nothing at the moment. We could have our action writer. He's a 3.7 star. We could have him look for another story element. He's got a 37% chance to make that happen. I think I'd rather he write scripts, though, if I'm being honest with you. I think I'd rather he write a script. So he's an action writer. Okay, so let's get a script for an action writer. We have more stuff. We're going to call this one Live Hard. You know, as opposed to Die Hard. This is going to be an action thriller. I want that. Maybe an action detective. Action comedy. Ooh, you know what? This actually, I like action comedy. Action comedy seems to work here. We'll do this in a modern American city. And not every film needs an antagonist. I know. Let's do this as a clumsy oaf who is trying to save a damsel in distress. And he is going to get himself into, I think, a shootout bank robbery situation in which he eventually rescues the hostage, or the antagonist gets punished. There's no antagonist. I guess there could be an antagonist. I have more elements now, so we could make it a criminal mastermind. So now it's an action comedy. That doesn't really work for that, does it? Let's take the comedy out of it and put thriller back in. Go about like this with it now. That's better. Could do the detective thing too, but the clumsy oaf doesn't work anymore. You know, so now we have to change the clumsy oaf. It has to be changed to, let's say, a cop. A cop would work against the criminal mastermind. Damsel in distress doesn't really work all that well in that anymore. So perhaps we change that to an angry boss instead. Shootout antagonist gets punished. I like this. I feel like this is still not quite the right mix here. I'm going to add some detective in this. Yeah, I'm gonna go about like this with it, I think. That'll make a bit more sense. And I think I might actually change Criminal Mastermind into Bandit. Because this is like top of the criminal underworld thing. And this is just a dude that's stealing things. I like the Bandit approach on this better. And then the angry boss, I might change that. Let's see if we can maybe put like a femme fatale. I like, you know what? Femme fatale makes some sense here. I like this. So 6 out of 6 done. We don't have enough story elements for more, but that's fine. We'll do this. We're going to give it to Felix. He can write that in 90 days. Okay, go for it, Felix. You got this. And we're going to get the ability to do more story elements. We're going to get that in like 2 weeks. So sound studio's done. So we have our own sound studio, but it's not really something we want to use until we have superior sound. So that's what I'm going to rush now. Let's get our superior sound in here. That's going to be way better. We're not going to build the sound studio until we have that superior sound, because otherwise I have to do maintenance on the building and pay for it. So this costs a little bit of money to do. Plus I have to, constantly pay that. So we'll build this once we're closer to having it be high quality. Everything else seems to be built right now. I don't have anything else I can put in there. Yeah, we're good. All right, as fun as it gets. Let's see what that's about. Looks like it turned out average. Turned out okay. 3.6, 3.8. Give everybody a little bit of experience. Always good to have that. Detective thriller comedy. Clumsy oaf. Works with comedy. That's nice. Bandit. Okay. That's detective. Love triangle. It's weird. Protagonist overcomes his self-doubt. It's a bit weird, but okay. Thomas, you can take that. We're going to put you in the sound stage. Try to go a little cheaper with this. There we go. And good. And then filming tech sound. Let's give you a few extras. Producer on this one, we can have this be... Let's go with Harold Payne. You're pretty cheap, Harold Payne. So I think I'm going to grab you for 3 years. Because you're pretty inexpensive. And then I'm also probably going to need another one at some point here, too. Let's grab Terry. He's a 4.2. I like that. We'll get... How expensive are you? Man, you're cheap, too. All right. Terry's in as well. Terry's in with years as well. All right. So for this one, I'm actually going to put Terry in there. And then for the director... I don't think you're a good fit for this script. So I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to get, instead... Let's get... it's a little above your pay grade here, buddy. But I'm going to get Paul Tanner signed up for multiple films, and then we'll look at doing this. So we'll get like 2 movies out of you. Let's do 3 movies. 3 movies out of you, one of which will be this one. We could probably put you on Rotten Fates, too. The Clumsy Oaf is going to be somebody else. Maybe somebody with some star power would be good. Don't have anybody. Wow, look at the actors on this. We don't have hardly anybody that fits the role here. Yikes. Everybody's underneath. We're going to have to rely on the producer and director to really lift the film up because we don't really have anybody that fits this area. David does. He could be the bandit, I guess. He's been a bandit before, only once. And he's been in comedy, historical, adventure. He hasn't been in these for a while anyway. I could make you the Clumsy Oaf. I could. Yeah, we could do that. Let's get you to be the Clumsy Oaf here, and then the bandit, I guess, could be Russell. He hasn't been a bandit in a while. He's been a serial killer. He's been in thrillers before too. So I think we're fine here. I'd like to get your ranking up, to be honest. I'd like somebody else to be the bandit. If I could get maybe like a 3.7 is technically available. This is, I guess, more... It's more along what we're looking for in terms of the ranking for the script. So we'll try that. See if we can just get you in there. And, you know, we're going to have to get David to be happy. So I'm going to click gifts on David Gutman. And we're going to give him a watch. And when we do that, makes him just a little bit happier. But they nerfed it hard. They nerfed the impact of this. So he is not just an overwhelmingly happy person anymore because he got a watch. That's interesting. I didn't check that before. So this is a +3 and a +10 to his happiness. Wow, it doesn't really raise it much. Okay. They rebalanced the game, right? So that's good. It's good to know that. So we got the watches. They don't really do as well as they were before. Okay. All right, so we found a new story element. Fighting the hypocrisy of American life. 17% chance to make that happen. Cornelius, you did it. Good stuff, Cornelius. Well done. And we get 7 story elements now available to us. So that's nice. I am going to click this one instead. Just develop these faster. 270 days later, our guys will be researching and they'll be coming up with them quicker, hopefully. In the meantime, I have writers that are not doing anything. So Cornelius. Oh, hang on. Okay. It's go time, guys. You ready? It's go time. Fred Carpenter, the mayor of Los Angeles. I'm mostly talking to the people who saw the last series. If you're new to this game, I'm sorry. I'll try not to spoil it for you. Took the family to see your latest movie last night, and I've got to tell you, it was a lovely evening. I can't remember the last time my wife and daughter laughed so much. It was like going to the amusement park, but it only took 2 hours instead of 6. Of course, that's every man's #1 job. Keep the women and children happy, wouldn't you say? My daughter sure thinks so. Never stops reminding me. Dad, you promised me to make me happy, and I'll only be happy if I can become an actress. I swear she's been talking about it since she was 8. She's already 19. I used to say I don't have those kinds of connections, but now I'm the mayor. I can't brush her off so easy. So what kind of mayor would I be anyway if I can't even make my own Wendy happy? Anyway, I'm asking you to put her in one of your movies. She's a clever girl, just like her pop. You just tell her where to stand and what to say or whatever it is you do, and she'll handle everything beautifully. Just make sure to keep it decent, huh? Nothing dirty, right? I don't have anything against it. You know, I get it. Business is business, but this is my little princess, you know. Yeah, I'll give her a role within 2 years. Yeah, I understand that. If there's any business if there was any business that gave you a sure thing, I wouldn't need to be mayor. Okay, so we have Wendy Carpenter in the studio now. She's very happy to be given an opportunity now, and thanks to her influential father, she's one step closer to her acting dreams. Notice her professionalism is incredibly low. But we will mold her and shape her into the super actress that she's destined to be, okay? All right, operation results as a success. Very low chance, minimum risk of being discovered now, and an even better chance that secret going away. Very good. Dead Sailor's Wedding came in pretty average, but this is a script that maybe Wendy could be in if there was a female in the film, and there is not. So no female in this film. Okay, cinematographer. This is one for Harry. That's fine. I need you to go on location, though, buddy. Sorry, we're running a little short on sound stages at the moment. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll give you nothing new, nothing more. Harold, you can do this one. Lewis can handle this one. The cop. Let's have you be... I kind of want you to be the bandit, to be honest. Let's have you be the bandit. And then I need an actor to lead my main role that's somewhere around a 3.0. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Well, we got Earl. We got Hugh Robinson. Hugh Robinson's a bit of a hothead, though, isn't he? That might cause problems. Hang on. Let's back out of that. What do you got? Alcoholic and arrogant. I think arrogant is better than hot-headed, to be honest, and the other guys are hot-headed. So I'm going to take you, anyway. Take the arrogant one instead. Let's just sign you up for a couple movies here around this skill level. Is going to be used eventually anyway. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get you in this place here. So everyone's right around where they need to be to make this movie. You know, should be all right. I'm going to see if I can't get Lewis to just be just a hair more loyal. Hey, buddy. At least it's not red anymore. Man, that really does almost nothing for loyalty, though, does it? Ah, damn. I just can't make these guys loyal. All right. The watch. Not very effective anymore. I can't rig the system that way. Nope. Okay, Furry Paws is done with post-production. We get to see what its final rankings are in that way. And it went up just ever so slightly. 3.1, 2.9. That's its final place. It's not going to go down or up anymore from that right there. Everything is done there. Okay, now we can choose a movie poster and how we want it to look. It doesn't really matter which one. I'm just going to take that one. It's fine. And we can go off to distribution, or we can do this part. I just want to validate or verify that we have that free. Do we have the free advertising? Guess I don't know if we have the free advertising. Ideally, I'd want to release this movie here. So we're going to put them in our own theaters, right? But how this interface works, since you haven't seen it yet, is we have over 4 weeks in distribution. There's 12,740 screenings, it looks like, total over the 4 weeks. So if I reduce this number, it brings that number down. We have a total of 3,185 screenings that we can do in our theaters. We own these theaters. It will cost us nothing to show this many people the film. This number right here is what we're going to really be paying attention to. Marketing can have it produce more than this, but in general, you want to stay right around the vicinity of whatever this number is and add 2 zeros. So in this case, 3.1, we want to stay right around 3,100 anyway. So we're just going to slam that over and call it good. Not going to cost us any extra money. For our second one, we're going to do it there too. Now, the thing you have to pay attention to here is, like, why not just do it all of them all the time? Well, if I want to release a second movie and this one is still showing, this one is taking all of my spots. So I won't be able to get free screenings because I used them all, right? In this case, I'm not planning on overlapping the screenings, so it's fine. But if I were, then I might want to pull some of these back to make room for whatever other film I'm planning. The other option is to rent theater space from other theaters. That's what this is. And I can rent a lot. I can do, like, here, instead of 3,000, I can rent the 40,000, right? But now it costs me an insane amount of money to show it. Now my budget is $733,000 because I've rented all this. And if I really wanted to max out the whole thing, I'm paying $3 million to show this movie now. So there are a lot of theater screens. And if I need more, I can rent them, but it's expensive to do. So for this movie, this one time, it's going to be all free and clear like this. For printing copies, we're going to do the cheapest option, which is this one here. It takes 6 weeks to print it, so now it's pushed back. If I wanted to do 3 weeks to print it, it costs a lot more. I could also express this, which costs less than this. And if I do that, then I can push it back to here, but I still don't get to hit the Thanksgiving holiday. So I can't hit the holiday unless I go with Hespera Printing, which is more expensive, but at least I can hit the holiday. So if I go here, if I go like that, I can open on Thanksgiving weekend. Maybe that's good. We'll see. If I hit apply here, it's going to take me into advertising now. And what I want to see is whether or not, oh, there's an advertising effectiveness on there now. That's interesting. Yeah. So your advertising effectiveness wanes as you go a little bit further over. All right. Now, this is the advertising campaign. It is prepaid. There are 2 left. Knowing that there are 2 left, I'm actually going to pull back on this and not do it. So I'm going to just bring that out. What that's going to do is going to stick this in the planning phase. Distribution's not planned. I can do it later. I have cash to burn. I would like to spend those prepaid slots, which are super valuable and like very effective. I would like to spend that on the better films, like the first of many that's coming up that has a significantly higher audience potential, right? A Dangerous Height has a higher audience potential. This is not the right film to spend this on. The first of many, though, looks like it could get delayed here pretty soon. During rehearsals for a fist fight, Billy Nash accidentally spit out his dentures. This incident was witnessed by a Fun Times journalist who was interviewing the director at the time. Now the actor is worried that the papers might pick up the story. So I can either do nothing, in which case Billy Nash's loyalty will drop by 30 points. Or I can pay the journalist for her silence, which will raise his loyalty by 20 points. If I had more influence, I could also block the publication because I have influence. I have the power or whatever, right? But I don't have 250 influence points, so I can't do that. I'm going to pay her the cash. That raises his loyalty a bit. I bought the silence. Mid-level legal protection is done. That's nice. In case we get discovered on our secrets, we can now protect ourselves a little bit better. That's nice. We want to probably go high level. Delay contract payments, pay with half. I like that, but I think I'm going to go high level legal just in case I get hit by that. Arthur Gernstein, head of Gernstein Brothers, says, I see you got the hang of this business real quick. Don't worry, kid. I don't bite. Unless, of course, you count the time we were filming The Hungry Vulture. But first of all, I mean, that was Bo Quincy directing, right? It's exquisite. I don't have to tell you how this is. Second, it was just one finger, not three. All right. I paid the papers to embellish the story just for the hoot. And third, they sewed his finger back on. And he was fine. Right? So, hey, why are we talking about me? Let's talk about you, huh? The new king of the movie jungle, huh? A lion, a shark. It's just about time for me to retire, don't you think? I can't compete with stallions like you. So how do you like the industry, kid? Anybody giving you trouble? If you have a problem with anyone, don't be shy. You can talk to me. Uncle Arthur can sort everything out. You got me, kid? Yeah, thanks, Mr. Gernstein. I think I got it. So I have a feeling I'm going to get in trouble soon. Well, speaking of which, have you ever met Arthur Gernstein in person? Only a few actors or directors have ever heard his voice, even the ones working for his studio. He runs Gernstein Brothers through deputies and assistants. They say he's like an emperor who never leaves his chambers. But last night, by surprise, he suddenly called me. Me, personally. And he offered me a contract to sign. As you can imagine, he said all kinds of nasty things about our studio. The most polite words he used were garbage dump. I don't want to leave. I mean, I really like it here, you know, but I mean, I'd like to get, you know, a small reward for my loyalty. I mean, if we can't come to an agreement, I am ready to forfeit the $65,000 for the early termination of my contract. All right, so I'm going to shake myself down here. I have to match the Gernstein offer. So this is lucky. The studio's previous owners had some blackmail material on this actor. You can use blackmail material if someone refuses to work with you or asks for too much. If you want blackmail material on anyone else, you'll have to dig it up yourself. So in this case, this actor has some dirt in the past. Happened to have sex with a 15-year-old. And that's worth a whole lot of weight right there. She does look quite mature for someone so young. Maybe the judge will go easy on him. Anyway, this is the weight of this secret. And all I need to do is come up with 200. I can either use this, which would be more than enough, and I won't have to pay him, or I just keep this and save it. And if something else happens to him later, I get to use it. It might be a bigger deal, right? So this is $20,000. I like the idea of just kind of keeping this. I can hold it over myself, right? I can even pop a watch in there and pay 19 because whatever, I paid $1,000 for the watch anyway, so it's all the same. So I can go ahead and do that. Of course, not all the same, right? You can get a little bit of loyalty, a little bit of happiness by just giving him the watch later, but it's not nearly as powerful as I thought it was, so whatever. All right, As Fun as It Gets is actually a pretty decent script for what we can do. A lot of things happen there. Some things good, some things not so good. And I can pop security on the scene, and off we go. Hourglass. It's another film we had. It's not very good. It didn't work out. That happens, you know. Script department just got an upgrade. It's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and do that because script department is awesome. And Clifford, well, my brand new screenwriter that's not very good, but we're gonna mold him into a great screenwriter, that Clifford. All right, we're gonna ditch that script because there's no point in making it. I'm gonna come back over to ideas and give Clifford something else. What are you good at, Clifford? Want to write a comedy? Actually, that's Bernard's take. We're gonna have Bernard do that. Ooh, maybe I can have Cornelius do it. You know, Cornelius could do, I mean, he's good at comedy though. So is Cornelius. Is there two? Drama, adventure. You know what? Clifford, you can write the drama. Okay. We'll have Walter White, Walter West. That was a slip. Take care of the adventure. And the comedy we can write by, I'm going to have Cornelius write this comedy. And then we're going to do our own synopsis for Bernard. So we need a comedy movie for Bernard. This one's going to be up next. Yeah, just up next. That's what the movie's called. And it's going to be a comedy. You know what? Let's make it a rom-com. That's an interesting rom-com name. Up next. I don't know if that actually works. You know what? Screw it. We're going to do that. It's a rom-com romance called Up Next. Great. Hopeless romantic is going to have to compete with a rival and for his love interest. It's going to be a love triangle. And in the end, he gets to stay with the sweetheart. Okay? That's how we're going to probably do this. And maybe he overcomes his self-doubt. No, he can only do one thing. Yeah. I think we're probably good. We have a winning the beloved theme that goes with it here too. That's 6 themes. Can I not put a 7th one? Looks like it might give me a 7th one here. It does. Oh, I have 7. That's right. I have 7 available to me. I forgot that I did that. In this case, we can do strict parent. Strict parent would be good. Let's do a female hopeless romantic, a female rival, male love interest with a really strict mom. So we're going to have 3 women in this film. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to find out. And we're going to put it in a American city. There's 7 out of 7. Seems good. At least I thought it seemed good. It's not letting me continue, though. Oh, okay. Hang on. Strict parent. Yep. Oh, now I can. Okay. Strict parent is the mom. Love interest. Rival. Good. And that's Bernard's thing. Bernard's a racist, not a misogynist. It'll work. As long as he understands that women are real people, it'll be okay. The share prices of Vin Pascal, Pierre Zola Company, and dozens of other companies had fallen up to 30% at the end of trading on the New York Stock Exchange in a single day. Panicked investors sold 13 million securities. Financial analysts predict the collapse of the American economy. We are getting to the Grand Depression. The Great Depression is upon us. Oh, man. It didn't go down by much, though. It's only a little drop here. Not that big of a deal. At a dangerous height, I guess we were just too high up, and we fell. Okay, filming stopped for 7 days. That didn't help. Happiness of the cast and crew dropped as well. We can enter post-production for this film, and I think we probably will market this one. It's high enough for me to consider that. We're going to put Emma on this because she's better. We're going to put Lewis on this. We're going to give him just a wee bit of encouragement. Just a little bit of encouragement for everybody. Just because you guys do such good work. Mediums for everyone all around because that's what we can do for quality, and go. Let's hope that ends up, being all right. Yeah? Yeah.